In this video, we'll talk about a protocol for 16-8 intermittent fasting. If you're keen to try intermittent fasting, you may want to start with 16-8 fasting. This method involves fasting for 16 hours and then having an eating window of 8 hours. It is one of the most popular forms of this way of eating. If you're ready to get started, here is the protocol for 16-8 IF. Choosing an eating window. When you're ready to begin 16-8 fasting, the first thing to do is to choose an eating window. This 8-hour period can be at any time of the day. Therefore, you can choose the right time to suit your preferences and lifestyle. When you have chosen your preferred 8 hours, you must limit your consumption of food to those hours. How do you choose the right hours for you? Lots of people like an eating window of noon to 8 p.m. This is because they can fast overnight, skip breakfast, and then enjoy lunch and dinner at the usual times. They can even add a couple of healthy snacks into their regime. For people who would prefer to have 3 meals a day, a 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. eating window may be best. This allows for breakfast at 9 a.m., lunch at noon, then an early dinner at 4 p.m. Others prefer to wait until early afternoon to break their fast, then to have their last meal later before bed. Whichever eating window you choose, make sure it's one that fits with your lifestyle patterns. If you choose wrongly, you won't be able to stick to your diet. Planning healthy foods. To maximize the benefits of the 16-8 diet, you should eat healthy foods as much as possible. If you fill up on foods that are rich in nutrients, you won't be hungry or crave unhealthy foods. This will help you to stick to your new way of eating in the long term. While you can enjoy some snacks and treats, you should balance every meal with a variety of whole foods. Some of the best include fruits like bananas, apples, oranges, pears, peaches, and berries. Vegetables like tomatoes, leafy greens, cucumbers, cauliflower, and broccoli. Whole grains like oats, rice, quinoa, buckwheat, and barley. Healthy fats like coconut oil, avocados, and olive oil. Lean protein like poultry, fish, seeds, nuts, eggs, and legumes. If you binge on junk food, you could end up negating the benefits of this diet. Therefore, you should still keep unhealthy choices to a minimum. Choosing calorie-free beverages. You can drink any of your preferred beverages during your eating window, at least within reason. If you drink several family-sized bottles of full-fat soda, you probably won't lose weight. In your fasting window, you need to only consume calorie-free beverages. If you consume any beverage containing calories, you are essentially breaking your fast. This spoils your entire eating regime. Water, green tea, unsweetened coffee, and tea without milk are all good choices. They will also help you to control your appetite and keep you hydrated until you break your fast. A weekly timetable. Your weekly 16-8 eating timetable will vary depending on which eating window you choose. Here are 3 samples to suit different schedules. Early eating meal plan. 8 a.m. breakfast, Monday through Sunday. 10 a.m. snack, Monday through Sunday. 12 noon lunch, Monday through Sunday. Evening calorie-free beverages, Monday through Sunday. Average eating meal plan. 9 a.m. calorie-free beverage, Monday through Sunday. 11 a.m. breakfast, Monday through Sunday. 2 p.m. lunch, Monday through Sunday. 4 p.m. snack, Monday through Sunday. 6 p.m. dinner, Monday through Sunday. Late eating meal plan. 11 a.m. calorie-free beverage, Monday through Sunday. 1 p.m. snack, Monday through Sunday. 4 p.m. lunch, Monday through Sunday. 6 p.m. snack, Monday through Sunday. 9 p.m. dinner, Monday through Sunday. In this video, we'll talk about a protocol for 24-hour intermittent fasting. If the 16-8 diet isn't right for you, you may want to consider 24-hour fasting. This is known as the Eat, Stop, Eat method. It involves 1 or 2 non-consecutive days of fasting every week. Introduction to the Eat, Stop, Eat method. This method was devised by Brad Pallone, who wrote a book about this way of eating. His methodology was based on Canadian research into the effect of short-term fast on metabolic health. The idea behind Pallone's method is to reevaluate all you've learned about timing of meals and meal frequency. This diet is quite easy to implement. You simply choose 1 day or 2 consecutive days of the week in which you won't eat for 24 hours. You can eat normally on the other 5 or 6 days. It's advisable, though, to eat healthily for the best results. Although it sounds counterintuitive, you'll still be eating on every calendar day with this fast. How does this work? Imagine you decide to fast from 9 a.m. on Monday until 9 a.m. on Tuesday. You eat your last meal on Monday morning before 9 a.m. You can then eat your next meal on Tuesday morning after 9 a.m. During your fasting hours, you should stay well hydrated. Drink lots of water and other beverages with no calories like unsweetened, milk-free tea or coffee, choosing your fasting days. If you want to try the Eat, Stop, Eat method, you'll need to choose the right fasting days for you. This will be down to individual choice. First, you'll need to choose whether to fast for 1 day or 2. You'll probably find it easier to start out with 1 fasting day per week. When you're used to it, you can increase it to 2 days weekly. Don't exceed that number of days, though. Some people find it easier to fast at the weekend because they don't have to focus on work. Others would prefer to fast on work days so they have distractions to stop them from thinking about food. You will need to determine your own preferences. Remember though, if you choose to do 2 days of fasting, they cannot be consecutive. This would be too long an extended period of fasting. You may wish to space your 2 fast days out fairly evenly. Alternatively, you may wish to space them just a day apart, then enjoy eating the rest of the week. You may need to experiment to find the right pattern for you. A weekly timetable. These are some sample timetables to help you plan your 24-hour fasts. 1 day fast meal plan. Tuesday at 9 a.m. to Wednesday at 9 a.m. 2 day fast meal plan. Tuesday at 9 a.m. to Wednesday would be your fast, and Thursday at 9 a.m. to Friday at 9 a.m. would be your other fast. You may prefer to begin your fast period at an earlier or later hour of the day. We have suggested 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the next day. However, you may prefer 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. or even 12 noon to 12 noon. You need to choose the right times for you, as well as the right days. In this video, we'll discover about other types of intermittent fasting. Although 24-hour and 16/8 intermittent fasting are the 2 most popular types, there are several others. Here we'll take a closer look at 5 other kinds of fasting regimes that several people follow. 24 fasting. 24 fasting is sometimes called the warrior diet. It is one of the earliest diets to involve intermittent fasting. Made popular by Ori Hofmeckler, a fitness expert, this diet involves eating 1 large meal in the evening. This large meal takes place in a 4-hour eating window. During the other 20 hours of the day, only small amounts of raw vegetables and fruits can be eaten. The food choices for this diet should be healthy, similar to those on the paleo diet. They should be unprocessed whole foods that contain no artificial ingredients. A timetable for this diet looks like this. Midnight to 4 p.m. small amounts of fruits and vegetables, Monday through Sunday. 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. large meal, Monday through Sunday. 8 p.m. to midnight fast, Monday through Sunday. 5-2 fasting. This popular form of intermittent fasting involves eating normally for 5 days every week. The remaining 2 days, calories should be restricted to 500 to 600. Sometimes called the fast diet, this way of eating was made popular by Michael Mosley, a journalist. Women are recommended to eat 500 calories on their fasting days. Men can have 600 calories on their fast days. You can choose which 2 days you prefer to fast. However, it's best if they aren't consecutive. On those days, you can choose to eat 1 meal or 2 small meals. Many people prefer to eat 2 meals of 250 to 300 calories each. This is a sample timetable for this way of eating. Tuesday and Friday, eat 500 to 600 calories. 36-hour fasting. The 36-hour fast plan means you'll be fasting for a full day. Unlike the Eat, Stop, Eat method, you won't be eating something every calendar day. If, for example, you finish dinner at 7 p.m. on day 1, you skip all your meals on day 2. You won't eat your next meal until day 3 at 7 a.m. This equals a 36-hour fast. There is some evidence to suggest that this kind of fasting period can produce a quicker result. It may also be beneficial for diabetics. It may also be more problematic though, since you'll be going for extended periods without food. A timetable for this eating plan looks like this. Tuesday from midnight all the way to Wednesday 7 a.m. fast. Alternate day fasting. This way of fasting means that you fast for a full 24 hours every alternate day. Some versions of this IF diet allow you to eat up to 500 calories on your fast day. Others only allow you to have calorie-free beverages. This isn't the best option for any newcomers to intermittent fasting. You go to bed feeling hungry several nights each week. This is hard to maintain in the long term. A timetable for this way of eating looks like this. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, midnight to midnight fast. Extended fast. Following the 16/8 or Eat, Stop, Eat method is quite simple. Some people, though, are keen to push the benefits of intermittent fasting to the limit. They prefer to do a 42-hour fast. This involves eating dinner on day 1, say at 6 p.m. All meals would be skipped on the next day. On day 3, you would then eat your breakfast at noon. This would be a total fasting time of 42 hours. If you try this way of eating, you shouldn't restrict your calorie intake during your eating window. It's technically possible to extend fast for longer periods of time. In fact, the world record stands at 382 days. Of course, that isn't recommended. Some people do try 7 to 14-day fast, due to the theoretical benefits they are said to provide. Some people say that a 7-day fast can help prevent cancer. Others say that longer fasts promote mental clarity. These benefits are unproven and are theoretical. It's probably best, therefore, to stick to one of the tried and tested IF plans outlined earlier. In this video, we'll talk about how to maximize your intermittent fasting results. Are you ready to try intermittent fasting? Whether you're doing it for weight loss or for the other benefits, you will probably want to maximize your results. Luckily, there are a few things you can do to get as much benefit as possible from your eating regime. Here we take a look at some things you can try to speed your weight loss: exercise and intermittent fasting. There is some research to show that if you exercise while fasting, there are additional benefits. There is an impact on your metabolism and muscle biochemistry. This is linked to your insulin sensitivity and blood sugar level. If you exercise while fasting, your glycogen or stored carbs are depleted. This means you'll burn more fat. To get the best result, eat protein following your workout. This will build and maintain your muscles. It will also promote better recovery. You should also follow up strength training with carbs within a half hour of your workout. It's wise to eat food close to any modern or high-intensity exercise session. You should also drink a lot more water to stay well hydrated. Keeping up your electrolyte level is important. Coconut water can be useful for this. You may feel a little lightheaded or dizzy if you work out while fasting. If you experience this, take a break. It's important to listen to your body. If you're doing a longer fast, you may find gentle exercise like Pilates, yoga, or walking are better. They will help to burn fat without making you feel unwell. Choosing the right regime for you. To maximize the results of your intermittent fasting, you'll need to choose the right regime. As you've seen, there are several different types of intermittent fasting diets. Not all are suitable for everyone. You need to find one that works well for your lifestyle and that makes your life easier. When you choose the right regime, you'll stick to it in the long term. So here are some questions to ask yourself to help you choose wisely. Are you already eating healthily? Fasting is harder if you're currently eating a standard American diet. This is because it is high carb, full of sugars, and very addictive. If you jump straight into extreme fasting, you'll experience symptoms of withdrawal from sugar. This makes it hard to stick to your new diet. If you usually eat processed foods regularly, try beginning with a short fasting window. Meanwhile, detox from sugar and begin to eat more cleanly. Stop snacking and introduce whole foods into your diet. You can then increase the fasting window if necessary. On the other hand, if you already eat healthily, you can start with a longer fast window. Can you manage to go for long periods without eating? Some people are able to manage fasting for a whole day. Others can only manage a few hours. You may need to experiment. Focus on the way fasting makes you feel. If you struggle to fast for long periods, choose a method like the 5-2 or 16-8. If you find it easy, you may be able to opt for a 36-hour fast straight away. How does your schedule look? It's easier to fast if you're busy and distracted from thinking about food. If you fast at work or while you're working on something, you'll probably feel less hungry. If you work out, you may want to end your fasting window straight after exercising. If you answer these questions, you'll be best placed to choose the right regime to suit your life and preferences. This will give you the best chance of success. Adding in keto. Some experts say that if you combine intermittent fasting with the keto diet, you'll lose more weight. So what does this involve? The keto or ketogenic diet is a specific way of eating in which most calories come from healthy fats. The remaining calories are derived from protein. Very few, if any, carbohydrates are consumed on this diet. This low-carb, high-fat diet encourages your body to burn fat, not sugars, to produce energy. If your body lacks sufficient carbs to carry out everyday activities, fat is broken down by the liver. It produces ketones, and then they are used as fuel for energy. The process is known as ketosis, hence the name keto. Like intermittent fasting, keto diets have a number of benefits. They can boost weight loss, reduce your blood sugar level, and improve your brain function. Many people say it helps to reduce problems like diabetes and obesity. If you combine keto diet with IF, the amount of time you're in ketosis increases. This could make you feel more energetic, less hungry, and speed your weight loss. In this video, we'll discover about how to get started with intermittent fasting. If you're convinced of the benefits of intermittent fasting, you'll need to know how to get started. After all, embarking on any new regime can be complicated. So how can you get yourself off to the best possible start? Here are some top tips. Starting with a less rigorous regime. It may be tempting to try to lose as much weight as possible by starting out with a long fast. However, bear in mind this may not be the best approach. As we've already mentioned, it can be difficult to fast for extended periods if you've never done it before. If you're used to a high-carb, high-sugar, processed foods diet, you'll struggle to fast for 36 hours straight off. If you find your first fast impossibly hard, you'll probably put off the whole idea. Even if you aren't, the likelihood of sticking to it for any length of time is low. It's recommended to try any intermittent fasting plan for at least a month. This will give you enough time to see whether it's working for you or not. It will be very difficult for someone inexperienced to stick to an extended fast regime in the long term. It's therefore best to opt for one of the less rigorous regimes to start with. The 5-2 diet allows you to eat some food every day. In fact, you can eat your regular meals on 5 days of the week. The other 2, you still get 500 or 600 calories to play with. This should give you plenty of options as long as you make healthy choices. Choose your meals wisely, and you'll experience the benefits without ever feeling hungry. Alternatively, try the popular 16-8 method. For a large proportion of your fasting time, you'll be asleep. You'll then be free to eat whatever you like, within reason, during your 8-hour eating window. Many people like the freedom that this offers. When they get used to the 16-hour fast, they find this way of eating quite simple. If you want to work up to longer fasts once you're used to fasting, you can. However, many people continue to follow their initial plan in the long term and experience good results. Staying hydrated. Whatever type of intermittent fasting plan you try, you need to stay well hydrated. Fasting is only referring to food and calorie-containing beverages. It doesn't mean you can't have water and other calorie-free drinks. In fact, you should drink more of them. Staying hydrated will ensure that toxins can be flushed effectively from your body. This will help to promote your weight loss and wellness goals. It will also help you to stay healthy in other ways. Your skin will be healthier. Your bowel habits will be more regular. You'll also avoid headaches and other problems associated with dehydration. Drinking calorie-free beverages during your fasting window can also help to prevent you from feeling hungry. Often we think we're hungry, but we're actually thirsty instead. If you drink a glass of water when you're beginning to feel hungry, you'll continue fasting for longer. Try experimenting with different eating patterns. We have suggested some eating plan timetables earlier. However, that doesn't mean you need to stick to them. The days and times that we have suggested are just examples. They may not work for you. You need to choose the right days and eating patterns to fit your lifestyle, preferences, and needs. Perhaps you prefer to begin eating as soon as you get up and then have your last meal early. Or maybe breaking your fast in the early afternoon and having a last meal just before bed is best. You may prefer to fast at the weekend so you don't need to worry about feeling tired at work. Or fasting on a weekday may be right for you so you have distractions. There is no single perfect IF plan for everyone. That means you may need to do a little experimentation. Weigh up the pros and cons of all the regimes that we've suggested. Think about which one you've been drawn to and give it a try. It's best to try to give it a month to see how well it works for you. If you're having problems, it's time to go back to the drawing board. Try a different intermittent fasting regime to see if that better suits your lifestyle. Or move your eating windows around a little to see if it becomes more manageable. Don't be afraid to experiment. After all, experimentation could be the key to success.